enjoyable thing.
I love.
Speed trap reported ahead.
What can I ask, Frank? I'm quite excited to know what line you got.
I had 2 lines.
Oh, you had 2?
Yeah, because a lot of people had 2, because, you know, it encourages.
3 lions, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. So I had 4 calling hens, yeah, and I had some Lords of Leaping.
I mean,
well.
can I just say, Lords of Leaping is in my top 3 of those lines.
Yeah.
Calling heads I could live without, no offence.
But I like the idea of the landed gentry assembling for some sort of games.
Is it 7? How many Lords of Leaping? Do you recall?
I think it was 8.
Oh.
Yeah.
Speed trap reported ahead.
Faye, the producer, has thoughts on this. She says 10.
She says 10. Well, that's okay. Fair enough. That's a great thing to be prompted on by the producer. Faye, can you let me know the Lords of Leaping info?
Can I ask,
Brilliant.
Frank, who got, let's be honest, the big one? And we know what line that is. Who got
Party to
numero
prepare
5?
3.
No, number 5 is
5
Nick.
well, everybody does 5 gold rings. See, that is its democracy. Everyone knows that that's what we're after, the 5 gold rings.
Were you good at
Exiting average speed enforcement zone.
it?
Yeah, of course. You want to hit it right. There was one, I think the 4 calling hens, is it? 4 calling hens?
I'm very good at that. 4 calling heads.
I got that one on my own, so I tried it in effect. You know what, if you're doing a series of takes, you give them some different stuff, you know, to work with.
Yeah.
So sometimes I went deep, sometimes I had a vibrato. But it was, I would like to do that sort of community singing at every meal. I did, I really, and then I led, there was an old lady who swallowed a fly, with me just calling out stuff like, dog, to lead so we know where we were going. Very, favourite section of that? Yeah, I don't want to put you on the spot.
Oh, there was an old lady who swallowed a fly?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't know.
I like, she just opened her throat and swallowed a goat. I picture an operation of some kind rather than her just eating it.
Can I be honest? It's always given me the creeps somewhat, that song.
Has it really?
I really don't warm to it.
I had I think we had a kids LP of Burr Lives, and he did it. But he also did the Big Rock Candy Mountain as a kid's song. Originally it was an adult song, I think, but he did it as a kid's song. But he left in the bit about the cigarette trees, which is a nice touch for the children.
I know we've done an awful lot of these sort of I met a celebrity and they were nice. But there are just 2 I would like to
Fire away.
Oh, thank you. Casey Thrash, Hamish from Monarch of the Glen once told me I had awesome hair during a fun run in our town.
It's a good one. I don't remember Hamish. I remember Monica of the Glen, certainly.
And
named after the Edwin Landseer painting of a stag rampant.
Good knowledge.
And Sir Edwin Landseer did what other famous animal art?
The dogs playing snooker.
Oh, what's it?
was he a horse painter?
He did the lions around Nelson's Column.
How lovely.
But not as good as the dogs playing snooker.
Dogs playing snooker.
Fair to say.
Jamie Smith, when I was 17 on a TV course at the Edinburgh Festival, I tentatively approached a celebrity at a party who was great, talked with me for about half an hour about football, comedy, and took a genuine interest in what I was doing. That man was
Prince Andrew.
No, it was Frank Skinner.
Oh, was it? Where was he at?
The Edinburgh Festival.
Oh, okay, yes, I've been there.
There you go, isn't that lovely, Frank? You took a genuine interest in what he was doing.
It is nice. It is nice. I tell you, I met Kat Deely.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And she said you were walking through Spark Hill in Birmingham, and my brother, this is her brother, was in a cafe with his mate eating chips, and they saw you, recognised you, and called you in. This is before cat dealing got famous, and I went and ate chips with them in there. And that was the cafe where they had knives and forks on chains, and the woman used to walk around with a bucket and clean them at the table. So, lovely memories, as they say.
I'd love it if they did that at one of these, like the Ivy or something. I'd love it if they did that.
It was a really, one of those flannels, I don't know what they were made of, but they were sort of grey, very loose linked, the material. And they'd walk around, the water was completely grey. And just come round and give the thing is that the cutlery would be wiped but never dried. Anyway, that was that place. Lovely though.
And we've had a number of people just wanting to, well, I mean, they're being very polite about it, but they're just clarifying, they're clarifying the order.
Oh, hold on.
Just say it.
Correczione, correczione.
Yeah. I would say they were more just clarifying the whole four, is it 3 French hens, 4 French hens?
Yeah, I must say, I think I made it.
Calling birds, 3 French hens.
Yeah, I think I made it clear that I was operating from a script on the day from some organic crackers.
I mean, Stephen Van Garmer says #know your 12 days of Christmas gifts.
Yeah, but I don't want to be the person who turns up next year and has learned it off by heart. You know, there's a famous story of Laurence Olivier playing, I think it was Richard III or something, and he was completely off the book on the day one of rehearsal. He did the whole thing off the book, and at the end, the rest of the cast applauded him. That applause would stand the long analysis. This is Frank Skin, Absolute Radio, Emily Dean, Alan Cochrane, text the show at 12:15, blah blah, at Frank on the Radio, Twitter and Instagram, email the show, frank@absoluteradio.co.uk. Yours, etc.
I mean, that was certainly housekeeping.
Yeah, that was, I'll do it properly, but people must get fed up of it.
I do now.
People thinking, I wish I knew the website address to contact them direct. We should say get well soon to our producer, Sarah Bishop, who has got the COVID. I think she got it off her boyfriend. What's Matt's official? Is he a ranch hand? I always think he might be a ranch hand. He's got a country and western theme.
Yes, he has.
Anyway, so I tell you what, it's great today because Faye's doing the whole thing on her own, and me and Emily in the studio. Al is in Manchester. Me and Em are a bit like Mickey Rooney and Judy Garland. We are putting the show on right here in the barn. And Emily made her own coffee earlier. I mean, yeah.
Wow. Just wow.
I know, it was a thing to see, I must say.
Another #new normal.
And while I was doing it, I said, I think this is very good for us.
You did say that, and then you put your cup not quite under the milk in the milk machine, so it all went into the tray. But you know, you have to learn. We all have to learn. We can't just, you know what I mean? There's a ramp to every skill. You don't just arrive.
But I tried.
You did. It was lovely to see. Oh dear. So
I'm glad to see that my Devil Wears Prada reputation is being preserved.
Well, it reminds me, you know, me and Lee Matt once had breakfast with the Crown Prince of Yugoslavia and his wife.
I love that man. I love you. I love this story.
And he said when Tito died and he got his palace back, he arrived and the keys were in the door, a big bunch of keys in the door of the palace. And they didn't know what the keys were to, so they had to go around the house, try him and his wife, just him and his wife, no servants or anything, just trying doors to see where everything was. Find the kitchen.
Fun.
be good news. Usually
Yeah,
if you open
like it
the
would
door.
take ages, and there wouldn't have been a big handbook like an Airbnb. It would have just been.
You never know
Yeah,
what. You don't know what
bit of
Tito
adventure.
left in the dungeon, though. Do you know what I mean? That'd be a nervous bit of unlocking. Oh, I'll tell you what. We're talking about me. We sang the 12 Days of Christmas. I've been corrected. It's officially established that I don't know the words to it. But like so many actors, when I was on the script, I was great.
No, but you did know which, you were very informative about the work of Landseer.
Oh well, that you can't know everything. And we also we tried London's Burning as a round. You know that one? London's Burning, London's Burning. Oh, that's a bit hard. We weren't quite sure about that either. It was very quick.
Fire and fetch
That's the great fire of London, isn't it?
Is it? Well, this was a short one. I don't think Samuel Pepys would have had time to bury his cheese. Oh no, that sounded a lot more sordid than I meant it. Oh no, it did. But you know it did. I've got to clarify this though, because that did sound awful.
Horrible thing to say.
They said people ran to Samuel Pepys' house and said London is on fire. He got a massive cheese which he bought recently, and he dug a hole in the garden and buried it so that it wasn't damaged by the fire.
How do you get your priorities right, mate?
Yeah, I think a big cheese then. I don't mean a big cheese, but yeah, it was an expensive thing.
What about when I wrote a song about the plague? It was only 2 lines.
Was it Ring a Ring of Roses?
No, it was this.
You're not that old, mate.
No, it was this, man. The plague did hit London in 1665. There was hardly anybody who escaped alive.
It's a good song, a good headline. Banner headline before we go to the details. Was there more?
I can't remember the rest.
Okay,
What do you think?
I quite like it. I like it. I like anything with a year in it.
Yeah, but what about did hit? That's flying a bit hard. Did hit.
Oh well. I've just been watching the Beatles composing on hours and hours of that Beatles show. Yeah. And they're saying things like, no, it's good writing, but you can't really sing that line. We need another. So it's a lot of that going on. But I like things with a year. Late September back in '63, and 1792 was it? 1742. Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Is that right? We're going to get loads of corrections.
Yeah.
I think 1742. And tonight I'm going to party like it's 1999, of course. Can I just say that Faye, the producer today, has told us a lovely story of English life. In the village where her parents live, this Christmas, was it this Christmas, Faye, they reenacted the Great Fire of London. Not really.
Everybody all right?
Not really a Christmas. Didn't 5... I think there's only about 5 registered people who died in the Great Fire of London.
Okay, well let's not dwell on that, darling.
They set fire to a Christmas tree and someone buried was it a baby bell? Someone buried a child, they buried a big cheese to commemorate Pepys' burying of the cheese. I made it awesome. Yeah.
Oh, do you know, that is possibly the most middle class thing I've ever heard, and I like it.
Okay.
I love that.
I don't see why the working classes couldn't bury a cheese as a Christmas tree burnt.
All right, okay.
722 has texted in with a nice celebrity that they've met, and I like it because it gives it a wider range than it's had thus far. I once met excuse me. I once met rapper 50 Cent at the gym in Glasgow before one of his gigs. He was surprisingly nice, as were his minders. That's from Al in Glasgow.
Yes, I've met 50 Cent.
Have you?
Yeah, a couple of times. Charming.
If I met
50, sorry.
Yeah, you said 50, but you know what? I still love you.
If I met FC, the gym is where I'd want to meet him, because I bet he's a guy who works out regularly. I think most American celebrities nowadays, the Woody Allen sort of frail, flimsy, they've gone. They're all. I watched the new Spider-Man movie, and Tom Holland is like a Chad. He's almost like a Chad. took off his shirt, looked absolutely gobsmacking. Yeah, ripped, completely ripped.
Yeah. Hench.
Is that
I
the
tell you
word?
what, he set
Hench is one of the words.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm writing that down.
he
I don't
set
think
the
it's
bar
right, though.
very high, Dominic Holland, for progeny of the comic.
Yeah, Dominic Holland was a comedian who I used to work with a lot. Good Catholic. And his son, yeah, is Tom Holland, who is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Good, very good film, I thought. But you know what? I'm utterly obsessed with the Beatles documentary on
so
Disney.
am I.
I can't. I'm utterly obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And it's brilliant. I don't want it to ever end.
I just like having it all
Doesn't
in the
feel like it
background
would.
all the time.
Yeah, well, they did, of course.
Yeah. There's some great characters in it though.
I mean, the bootleg Beatles have been around for about 20 years longer than the Beatles, which is, that seems wrong.
We can have a guess at some of the great characters that are in it.
Yes.
Go on. John?
Yeah, he's in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
George?
He wasn't in all of it.
He's not in all of it because he has what I believe Hugh Grant calls on set a bit of a shouty screamy.
Does he?
Don't let the smilers. And Yoko's in it, of course. Don't forget Yoko.
Is Yoko in it? She's
Yeah.
in it big time.
Her and John Lennon move about like a pantomime horse that's lost its outer casing. That's how they walk about. They are. I mean, when people say they're inseparable, I mean, that is love, I must say. Or is it imprisonment?
I
Hard to
felt
tell.
most sorry for Ringo because every time he leaves the studio, everyone leaps into his seat to start playing
It's
the
tempting
drums.
to play that. Having been in a few bands, people can't leave the drums alone.
You don't
generally.
want John Lennon playing your drums.
And also, at the end of most takes, they do a brilliant take of something from that album, like, I don't know, Dig a Pony, and then they sit around and say, even George, who's the sweet one, say, I think it'd be great, Ringo, could you sort of go dum-dum, no, and then John will say, no, I think, why don't you go, and poor old Ringo's going, all right, oh man, leave him alone. How many burgers, Bob? One, love. That's why I imagine that lyric came around.
Yeah, sure.
That's what I played to my dog, Reggae. They love reggae dogs.
Oh, don't they?
Yeah, that's what you played to them to calm them down. Yeah.
Is it to do with the sort of
Yeah.
the constant rhythm?
On top of classical music, it came reggae.
Oh, okay.
It's calming.
My Whippet does not seem to love Belgian house music, which is what I tend
Oh, really?
to do.
Belgian house music you listen to?
Yeah, like techno, Belgian techno house sort of stuff, that kind of thing. She's not as into that as me, for instance.
Can I ask you, I'm taking you completely serious on the Belgian
Okay.
house. Do you really listen to it a lot?
I listen to it sometimes, yeah.
Do you listen to it like, is that like if you were working out you'd listen, or would you actually would you sit in your room and think I'll put on a bit of Jean-Paul Battersans?
No, but I have been known to think, oh, I'm going to go and do my kettlebells. I'll put on a DJ mix by, for example, Charlotte de Witte, which is she's Belgian, I think, and that's exactly why I picked Belgian house.
Yeah, see, that's what I think. I think of house music as something you listen to at an event, which is a house thing event, or something you work out to. I'm sitting at home relaxing.
No, I wouldn't put it on and then read a magazine on the couch.
No, that's what I thought. It's when you're getting hench.
Too many mixed messages.
Would that be right when you're trying to get hench?
Yeah. Or rips. Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
Or rips.
speaking of community singing and all that, I had a go at. I couldn't remember the ladies of the court of King Caractacus. That's what I told the police anyway. Now,
It happens to us all.
do you remember it? It sort of got something like.
I not remember it. I don't think I know it in the first place?
It's like
Let's find
there's a
out.
bit that goes the fascinating stitches of the boys who put the powder on the noses of the faces and the ladies of the hair and the cortic incorrecticus. But it builds up like there was an old lady. I'd like to have come up with that as a party piece.
Well, Annabelle Grant, who calls herself Norwich Elf on the socials,
Okay.
says Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1592.
15, not 40, of course, 14.
You're sounding like the contestant when they come
Yeah,
in
I
afterwards
do,
and say
of
you
course.
passed on 2 and you got them and they get them in clear. Of
Yeah.
course,
Yeah, of
15.
course. Yeah, of course, yeah.
As if they knew.
I think I made it clear I was unsure of the date.
And London's burning is actually believed to be about King Olaf pulling down London Bridge in the 11th century.
Oh, I didn't think it was about the popular TV drama of the 1990s. Did they use it as a theme tune on London's Burning?
Oh, do you
No, I
remember
don't
that?
think so.
And then Craig Fairbrass, who was one of the actors in it. Oh, where did that come from? Extraordinary.
I don't remember. Was he related to Richard Fairbrass of...
Oh no,
Right,
I
said
didn't
Fred.
hope not for his sake. But Craig Fairbrass went on to become some Hollywood movie star. You know why? He got hench.
Did he?
Did he?
VV hench.
You have to, I tell you. You have to get your Oscars in the gym, not in the rehearsal room. This is my contention. That's a song. Is there a song where he says that's my contention? 8:12:15.
We've had some good information just come in.
I love good information.
313. Hello Frank, it's my contention is a line from Souvenir by Orchestral Manoeuvres in the Dark. You're welcome.
I can't believe that I knew
Do
that.
they use contention? I know they say it's my direction. Oh, it's contention.
Maybe they rhyme the two.
Possibly.
Beetroot 66 in Teesside.
I think the one is well, that's my contention is what I'm hearing. But, you know, I don't think I know OMD well enough for that to have stuck.
That was the most reasonable and sweet piece of graffiti I ever saw.
What was that?
It was near Highgate Woods in the Highgate area, and someone had just graffitied OMD,
Oh,
which I really like. Just for graffiti the band you like.
if I was police when I saw that, I would automatically assume only OMD would have done that, and I would have questioned them about it. Because a fan, go on, sorry, a fan would have said OMD,
Yeah.
okay, or something like that. They wouldn't have just put the name. Yeah, rule, R-double-O-L.
Or are my favourites.
What about when I was younger and I tried to sort of rebrand Christmas and I was trying to be, I did something so embarrassing. I was so embarrassed of this. I went through a period, Frank, when I was about 30. Boys, I need to discuss something with you, which is a story I read which I feel is a very wholesome way to usher in a new year, because it's about a mafia boss on the run who's finally been apprehended. This gentleman is called Gioacchino Gamino, and he was discovered by police on the run in Spain. He'd been on the run for decades. Do you know how they found him? Did you hear about this?
Oh, I did see it, but go on, tell us.
Well, you know, on Google Maps they often have what I call a supporting artiste.
Yes, exactly.
wandering around, you might see a building.
The extras, yeah.
I love the extras on Google Maps.
Do you know what they call extras in America? What they used to? The atmosphere.
The Ross Abbots.
Yeah. So,
I love those people. I love spotting someone.
you know what I love?
Go on.
I love men with briefcases and umbrellas, or women walking dogs that are surrounding the artist's impression of large buildings that are about to be made.
I like couples holding hands in those pictures. They always have those.
The little people that populate the artist's impression models. I love those guys. That's what I would like to be in an ideal world. Anyway.
And do you know there are some famous people have been captured in a different way on Google Images?
Is that right?
Apparently Joe Pesci's on Google Maps.
Oh wow.
In getting into a car in New Jersey.
Are they all mafia themed?
Yeah, he's just playing somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
You just
On Google Maps.
And Crosby from Crosby, Stills and Nash.
I don't think he's got any connections, has he?
Well, I'm
Oh,
starting to wonder now.
It's quite a thing. I see what when I read this story, my first thought, this guy, Sicilian mob leader, apprehended in Spain. I thought, you know who I really, really wanted to be involved and hope were involved? Interpol.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, I love Interpol. And I don't know if I've got they used to be very glamorous when I was a kid, Interpol. I think because of the success of Thunderbirds, people got them mixed up with International Rescue. And they really thought they were some amazing group. And I think they might just be like, everyday police. They just have no international barriers.
Well, I remember my grandmother, when anytime anything happened, my grandmother would say, call Interpol.
Yeah,
call
man,
Interpol. And my sister did once say to her, I don't think they exist anymore.
Do they not exist?
8, 12, 15.
I think they must. Don't break it to me like that Interpol's gone. If they've gone, I'm going to use their internet domain name to start a parrot export business.
Interpol. You don't hear much about Interpol.
You
these
don't,
days.
but I don't think they were involved in this.
It's living.
You've got a feel for him though, haven't you? You've got a feel for is it Gambiano? Gamino.
I mean, he's someone I would get the name right if I were you. He seems like he might have a sense of humour about it.
I don't think he listens to this.
Of all the places that you'd think he might have been safe, it would have been Google Maps where they blur people's faces out.
Do they do that? Yeah. He had adopted the nickname Manu, and then he'd opened a vegetable shop and a restaurant in that name. I mean, he was playing with fire.
And I also read that on the menu was a Sicilian
On the
dish.
Manu menu.
On the Manu menu was a Sicilian-themed dish.
Yeah.
And the logo was from The Godfather.
It must be terrible though to have been so successful and so powerful and then to have fallen away to this. Oh no, that's not Manu, that's Manu. This is Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio with Emily Dean and Alan Cochrane. Text the show on 81215. Follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at Frank on the Radio. Email the show via frank@absoluteradio.co.uk.
I once dated a man whose father owned the shop and so to bed. And
Oh yeah.
what a good little chat-up line he was.
Yeah.
Working into the chat, don't you worry. There was the ... the ellipsis he used.
I'm wondering if in the light of this mafia boss hiding behind a vegetable shop and a restaurant, if the Godfather chip shop could not be someone hiding in plain sight.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Well, yeah, we should return to Gamino. So Gamino was spotted it was in Spain, wasn't
Do
it?
you think people in the restaurant said stuff like the horse's head was a bit undercooked?
Apparently one of the giveaways was that, when chefs sort of throw a tea towel over one shoulder as they're doing that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently he kept putting it over his face. Apparently he was always hiding his face.
I'm sorry, the last chef I saw doing that was in an episode of Robin's Nest. Googling. You know, this chap had been living there under the name. I mean, he'd gone to Spain. He's a mafia boss trying to create a new identity. What name had he chosen, guys?
Well, I thought it was Manu was his nickname.
Yeah, because he'd chosen Manuel.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, what was next plans? I'll go to Australia and call myself Bruce.
Yeah, he didn't exactly push the boat out. But do you know how he escaped from prison, by the way?
No.
They were filming, they were doing a movie and using the prison as a prison in the movie. And I think someone was paid or whatever to attempt an escape on the day so that he could actually escape. And what he did was he escaped with the extras because they were dressed in prison uniform. When they were shuffled out because there was escape happening, they had to leave. He went out with the extras, so they sent him out thinking he was he was the
Do
atmosphere.
you think that means one of the extras got left in there?
No, I don't think they counted them really. Maybe they should have. Who counts the extras?
Really a bit of head count.
So that's how he got
But
out.
that's a brilliant escape story, isn't it?
That's how he was
I
sprung.
bet he did catering before leaving. You know, the catering truck for extras.
It's not just how he got out, it's also how he got his equity card.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
And so he was on the most wanted list, I'm afraid. And this Google.
To be fair, he was only in the top 100 Italy's most wanted. I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's not that. We are probably in the low 90s. I mean, how many people are wanted in Italy that's the top 100?
What I love
Yeah,
is
many of those are scootering offences.
Exactly.
moped offences. Yeah. When he was arrested, apparently Ali said to the police, "How did you find me? I haven't even called my family for 10 years." I like that he's slightly outraged.
He should have moved to England because people who haven't called their family for 10 years would blend in a lot more here.
Oh, by the way, Julian Steinberg has tweeted us to say Leslie Crowther on a sponsored walk. Very nice chap.
No, I'd guess it. I think he was a West Brom fan, Leslie Crowther.
Oh, here we go.
Hazard reported ahead.
West Brom man.
And of course, he was the first host of the old Come On Down in this country.
Annie QPR, one of our regulars, Happy New Year, Annie QPR, has sent a rather enchanting photo. It's my son being caught playing football on Google Maps, she says. He's 17 now, and he looks about 6 or 7 in this photo. It's adorable.
It'd be a great thing. I think that Google Maps have got lots of money, Google. They should throw an enormous party. Yeah.
Ow, of all the things he's ever said, they've got to tell you what, they've got lots of money, that Google.
Throw an enormous party every year
news.
for the people who's been on Google Maps. I think that'd be a lot.
That'd be good.
Breaking news today, this news just in, Google have got lots of money.
Oh, I'd like to ask Annie QPR, by the way.
Sure.
Just a fact check, because this is something that I believe on Match of the Day in the 70s. You used to get QPR every now and again in the winter, and I think they were in the 3rd division at the time. They were certainly in the 3rd division in 1967 when they won the League Cup by beating West Bromwich Albion by kicking the goalkeeper in the chest. Anyway, and they used to be on the telly because when it snowed, the BBC outside broadcast couldn't get any further than QPR's ground. Yeah, so they were on quite a bit. But maybe Annie will know the answer to that.
Thank you, Annie. Thank you. Dave, can I say my worst thing ever?
Oh, lots of orange ball.
Thanking you in advance. That's terrible.
Yes.
Oh.
I got that in a hotel where they asked to sign the, they leave a book in your room to sign, and it says thanking you in advance.
Oh, how dare you, the presumption of the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if I'd just taken the thank you and then not not signed it.
Yeah.
They
Well,
better felt like fools.
Frank, you know already my worst thing I hate in a shop is when someone says, you know the tone I don't like?
Go on.
Do you need any help at all?
Well, Happy New Year, if shouted by someone in a sort of very loud, public, jovial way, often becomes Happy New Year. And I don't know quite why. As if one often says Happy Year, but I'm going to add new as it's so early on. That don't make no sense. Anyway, don't forget our text in this morning. Which TV chef would you like to see arrested by Interpol?
We've had some nominations through for nicest celebrity people have ever met.
Okay.
Roger Dobson has said Lemmy.
Oh,
Who knew?
nice. Yeah.
Pastry Saint.
Who Lemmy is? Oh, okay. I thought.
Pastry Saint has said Spill Jupiter's.
Okay, yeah. I know Phil Jupiter. Well, I say I know. I used to know Phil Jupiter's. Very nice.
And Captain Scott.
Oh, I don't. I think it's before my time.
Yeah, this is a late review.
Captain Scott, rather surprisingly, has actually tweeted at us.
Okay.
Ah.
So, and he said, Cammy gets a lot of shout-outs here. Chris Kamara,
Oh, yes.
hugely
yeah.
popular with people.
Yes.
Yeah, I bet he's a laugh.
More surprisingly, Brendan Eyre has plumped for Anne Widdecombe.
Really?
Did you see that coming?
No, I
Did
didn't
not see that
But you
coming.
see, you never know. I met Chris de
Evans?
Burgh.
Oh,
I met him
lovely
in,
reference.
I met him in the pits at Silverstone.
Oh, I thought you were going to go Wales. It was either going to
No.
be Wales or Silverstone.
No, yeah, we were on the same coal face, me and him.
Holding a canary.
business.
Yeah. And yeah, he was very nice. And I sort of wanted, for anecdotal reasons, for him to be not so nice. But he was nice, so stuck with it.
I like a texting that can range from 50 cent to Anne Widdecombe.
Yeah, via Christa Berg.
Exactly.
Lady in bread. Enough of that.
Okay.
We've been discussing the mafia
Escapee.
escapee gangster that ended up in a deli in Spain. Do you think there was ever a moment when he was on the counter at the deli and somebody bought a sandwich and said, "How much? God, this is daylight robbery." And he went, No, this is not daylight robbery."
Yeah. You so want to the voice when you tell that story.
You so want to.
Yeah,
but
but you
there's so
can't.
many reasons I feel it's best not to, because, like I say, I like my house, I like my life.
They caught another mafia guy last year who was doing cooking videos on YouTube. What is it with cooking and
They've watched too many episodes of Goodfellas.
I think it must be that.
I mean, they've watched Goodfellas.
But you don't go on YouTube if you're, on the run. Surely. No, yeah, exactly. I'd have thought. I should be having to tell them that.
The lure of the influencer dollar, it's too hard to resist for these crims.
And also, if you're a really good cook, it must be very tempting to get it out there.
What price? Life and liberty.
That's always the prison canteen. I bet they were clicking their heels together now as prisoners when they heard Manu was turning up. Whoa, man. Garlic bread.
I would like to draw your attention to something, Frank.
Go on.
It's a subject that's been getting a lot of traction on social media.
From the Smedes.
Probably why I don't know about it.
Okay, I know, because you've got class and you avoid it.
No, it's not class, it's...
Well, it is really, which concerns Ronaldo.
Okay.
Now, by some, not all, but by some regarded as the GOAT of football.
Yeah.
Okay? He has been compared with someone others would say was the GOAT of comedy.
What, you mean me? I just sort of wanted to guess me straight away once you said that.
I like that it didn't take you long to get there.
Oh, am I right? Okay.
There's a
Oh,
statue
the
of
statue,
Ronaldo,
yeah,
which
yeah.
has been erected in Goa, and people are comparing it. I mean, so many of our readers have been in touch saying, oh my God, this is Frank Skinner. It looks so like you.
See, I don't think me and Ronaldo look very alike, do we?
No, but in statue form.
Yeah,
maybe.
statue form changes. All bets are off when someone becomes a statue.
I mean,
He's not had a lot of luck, has he, in statue form, Ronaldo?
Oh no, didn't he have he had another terrible one,
He
didn't
did,
he?
he
I'm saying this is a terrible one
That would be
because
very
it looks
Hillary.
like me.
Well, I mean, it looks a bit like you. It does look like it was sort of made in 1948.
You're right.
Do you know what I mean? It's got an old.
Even I wasn't made that early. Not far off.
Rapster73 said the likeness is uncanny. I mean, I've had so many people. Have you seen this statue?
Let me have a look at the.
Okay, I'll show you a picture.
Emily is now actually passing the phone. This is live radio.
There you
at
go,
its most
Frank.
dynamic. That does actually look like me. They've even got the forehead.
A number of people have said that, but I wasn't going to point it out.
No, I'm okay with that.
Okay. Okay.
He's really got it.
Yeah. I believe that in 1,000 years' time, all human beings will have foreheads like this.
Yeah.
I'm just ahead of the game.
But what's interesting is what I like is you've essentially now got a statue of you, which is lovely.
Yeah, because I could just hang around by that statue to make friends, because people wouldn't know. But I don't look, but I think I'd have to travel at least
to
that
go
far.
to make friends
I
near
mean,
a
that
statue.
doesn't sound at all weird. What, holding a plastic bag with Doctor Who merch in it?
They probably know Doctor. Oh, by the way, it's William Hartnell's birthday today. First ever Doctor Who.
Well, it hasn't come through on my Who alerts for
It's a
some
big
reason.
January 8th or so, they crammed them in. David Bowie, Elvis Presley, Shirley Bassey, William Hartnell. I mean, wow. Who do I get on my birthday? I get Mikhail Baryshnikov.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, thank you. And Akabilk, that's my team.
Can I just say something? NB Isabel has been in touch to say nicest celebrity she's ever met.
Let me guess.
Well, it's a bit weird.
Topol.
No. Tony Bennett at the recording of one of your TV shows, Frank Skinner, in 2005, circa.
What?
What was your impression of Tony Bennett, Frank?
Tony Bennett, I mentioned Sopranos and he said, that's bigotry. No, don't say that's bigotry. Bigotry. Yeah. Which was a bit awkward, I'll be honest with you. I hope he wasn't listening to the Google Mafia still. I know he's no longer with us, I think, Tony. I once went to see Tony Bennett at the Albert Hall and there was a terrible smell of burning.
Someone had a cigarette near his hair.
The sound desk. No, I don't think his hair was in the building.
Was it in a cab at the time on his way over?
The sound desk started smoking, the actual desk, and they had to stop the gig. And yeah, I also went to a Kenny Rogers one where they called it off because of a bomb scare, and we saw him speeding away in the back of a limo. And somebody said, look, old Yeller's leaving, which is a line from Coward of the County. It was me who said it, of course.
Fuck me, I'm in trouble again.
Oh, and I think we've got yet another correzione, ole, ole. Yes.
Yes. Alexei Romanov has been in touch.
Is he the one that got away? Okay.
To say Tony Bennett is still very much alive.
Well, it's great news. I'm happy to be wrong about that.
He retired last year.
He's
and
still alive at 95.
still alive at 95.
Apparently he's been spotted on Google Maps. They thought he was gone. But he is out there. No, I'm very happy to hear that. He was very nice when I met him.
Was he at an Italian
Bigotry.
restaurant?
Frank, that's bigotry. Oh, yeah.
Wait till he sees those Don Mio adverts.
Oh, man, he won't.
That's bigotry.
He won't.
I don't like that.
We've also re-Google Maps. Happy New Year. My late nan has been immortalised on Google Maps, doing what she did best, gassing out front one of her neighbours. That was about 10 years ago the pic was taken, and it's been removed. That's from Steve in Runcorn. It's kind of nice, somewhat bittersweet for a Saturday morning.
It's a grand old tradition, though. I mean, just the word gassing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There used to be a song by, in fact, I think this might have been an example of bigotry. It was Bernard Cribbins. Bernard Cribbins did a song called Gossip Calypso, which was, I think
Is this okay?
it was about women gossiping.
Okay.
He also did another one, the bigotry front was, I think, Eat Your Macaroni, Joe, it was called, in which I think he did. I think that was Bernard Cribbins, did it in like an Italian type voice. We didn't know.
I have some more examples of encounters with celebrities, benign encounters. We have Mark Nichols. I met June Brown and John Barden.
No, I don't know Barden, I know June Brown. Who's John Barden?
I think he played an elderly man in EastEnders. Jim somebody.
Oh, the husband of...
I think he was.
Yes.
Well, I actually cooked for them. They were really nice. June was showing me her electric
Well,
cigarette.
they cotton really nice.
Oh, lovely. June was showing me her electric cigarette. This was back in about 2009.
Okay.
And then Pat Comey.
Is that why they called them e-cigarettes? Do you remember they were called e-cigarettes?
Electric.
I had a joke where I was really proud of, which never worked. And I said I smoke an e-cigarette, but if I'm feeling very poignant and bittersweet, I smoke an E-minor cigarette. And never got a laugh. And then they started calling it vaping, so that there was no, the E element went away.
Yeah.
It's one of those jokes I was excited to do, and it played to utter silence.
Oh, wow.
Never mind.
Very cruel comedy, can't it?
Yeah.
Very cruel.
Pat Comey has also been in touch. Another vote for Lemmy. I was lucky enough to meet Lemmy a few times too, and he was always sound. The diehards, he would say. Always good-humoured.
Nice.
I like the diehards.
Yeah, I do.
think you should start saying that, Frank. Do you think Bruce Willis says that?
Yeah, he does when he gets his bank statement.
His royalty check.
That's what he calls them, Alan.
Look at this
When they
cunt.
come in. Hey, honey, the diehards.
Diehards. Oh, man. Think of the vests. Trays of vests he must have in his dressing room.
Yeah?
Oh, sorry. Yes, were you going to say something? I think we're about to close.
Yeah, we've got a few. You know what? I might save some of these for next week. I think
We haven't been... I like it when we go retrograde.
Yeah, I think we will. And we've got a few things. We have got people's texts that they've been very kindly sending in over the festive period.
Well,
We will be returning to those.
Next week, guys.